Where are they? Oh, I know they're here somewhere. Two large trees, two giant trees. I know they're here, I'm told. Have you seen the trees? Can you tell me about two large trees? Oh. Sacred girl? Can you tell me where's the sacred girl? I don't know. Oh, I found them. Oh, magnificent. Oh, blessed trees. Monarchs of the forest. Oh, so grand. Oh, ageless beauty. Timeless grace. Oh, they're priceless. Priceless, the size, the scope. Oh, they're marvelous. Ducky! Come! Come, I found the tree! I've troubled her over! I've troubled her over! Oh, there they are! Oh, marvelous!
Disastrous dilemma.
Right! Time to get to work! What say? Hand me the axe. My little aspen tree. Oh, my little ducky. Oh! Oh. Right. I think we're ready.
No, don't do it! No!
I thought I heard something.
No!
The locust. Okay, let's try the crosscut. Try the crosscut, sir. Axe doesn't work, crosscut. Always the crosscut. Always the crosscut. Right, here we go. Oh, bother. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? I know! The chainsaw! Chainsaw. If nothing else works, the chainsaw will do the job admirably. Very sharp. So sharp. Right. Whose idea was this anyway? That was my last trick. Oh! What? Oh, my little button ash! Oh, my little red button. Always got an answer, you know. Yes? What? Isn't she marvelous? This woman always has the answer. Little beaver, tell me, sir, what is your name? Ow! I think he said Bucky just before he bit. Right. Okay, Bucky. We're all in this together. Woman! Ducky, hand me your beaver.
Cheap.
It's a wonderful pun. Right. Right, Bucky. Ready to go? Have a good walk. Here we go. Oh no, you can do it, laddie. You can, I'm sure of it.
Go! Come on,
Timber! Oh, now we can afford that trip back to Poughkeepsie. I think somebody's coming. I think somebody's coming.
Get out of here! Get! You're not supposed to be in here! Out! Hey, name's Merv. I'm sorry, folks, the show's been canceled. Our last act, the stage got a little bit tipped and someone fell off. Geppetto Junkyard, they hired me. Prima donnas, all of them. Nice people, though. I'm lucky to have a job. Last one, SeaWorld. Shamu doesn't take autographs. But, hey. Look at this. No title. I'm kind of due for a break. You want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Let's hunker. Norton. Yep. All right. I'm no actor. Don't get much time for reading. We'll just see how this flies. Guess how it started. Once upon a time, there was a woman. And once upon a time, there was a man. And the woman saw the man, and the man saw the woman. And in their throats, they met. And after a time of roses given, kisses accepted, and certain words said, the woman was happy, and so was the man. And as many lovers often do, they asked each other for forever. So they were together, and they were happy for a time, but soon there grew a space in the woman's belly that seemed emptier every day. And soon there was a space in the man's chest that threatened to swallow his heart whole. But though they tried and tried, no child came to them. They grew sadder and sadder and sadder until it seemed their hearts might shrivel up and blow away on the wind. It just so happened, however, that it was the wind itself that saved them. They awoke one cold and shivery morning to a strange sound. The sky went black, filled with a titanic pair of wings attached to a titanic buoy. The woman was afraid. This woman was afraid for her house and her husband. took a hefty rock within her hand, and with one mighty heave, the bird was gone. But the man and woman didn't care, for their eyes were fixed upon the seed. For it was a seed the bird had dropped, a seed like no other. And so, though he knew not why, the man dug a hole right there, and the woman placed it in. They covered it up together and waited for the rain. And they wished, and they waited, and they waited, and they hoped. And one morning, as early as you please, there was the first plink of rain. 2 more plinks. Deluge. And when the rain was gone and the skies returned to blue, there was a tiny shoot of green. And as the man and woman watched, the shoot of green became a thicket of green. And soon it was sprouting the strangest little flowers. And as they leaned in, one little face yawned, opened its eyes, and winked at them. Ever so carefully, they snipped the little flower free and carried it inside, put it in a vase of water. And the next morning, the mysterious thicket had gone, its strange baby blossoms blown away on the breeze. And in the vase, where the winking flower had been, there was something very much like a little baby. She, for she it was, seemed almost human, but not quite. They had to break the vase to get her out. And a vase for a baby is a fair trade. They raised her as their own, and they called her the not quite child. When strangers asked why the child looked so odd or moved in the strange way she did, the man and the woman would explain only that she was theirs, and that was all there was to it. But happy times never stay. That's just the way of things. One day, when the not quite child was not quite a child, not a woman yet either, she lost her parents. As half-grown, not quite children are oft to do. Like pennies through the holes in their pockets or toys left too long in the mud.
Mother? Father?
There was no one left to answer. By herself, with no one to explain why and what and who she was. Wherever she went, all the people wondered,
who is she? Why is she? Where did she come from? And why won't she go away?
I don't know. I'm just me.
You see, without her parents to explain her to the world, she found herself a stranger. And so, not knowing who or what she was, she decided to find the answer to their questions on her own.
All right. Now I came from a seed, and seeds must come from somewhere. Somewhere there's a flower, or maybe somewhere there's a tree, or perhaps a vine or a bush. But somewhere there is that thing that will tell me who I am and where I am meant to be.
She closed her father's suitcase. She opened her mother's umbrella. And she was off.
No. You gotta put the cement blocks on his feet, then he sleeps with the fishes. You gotta listen to me, Vinny.
Oh, but come on, Marv. Can't you see where I'm coming from? You give him cement shoes, he'll have shoes, and it'll be easier to walk.
No! Murph, you're stupid. I don't understand anything you've ever said to me.
We leave him barefoot. Barefoot, they can't walk, see?
Excuse me, kind sirs. I don't mean to bother, but I'm trying to find my way into town. Could you point me towards, well, I don't know, a pub or perhaps a post office, someplace I could find directions?
Murder! Ain't you one tall glass of water?
I'm sorry?
What the gentleman's saying, in his own, his own little primitive way, is that, well, you're a sweet stick of salami. You're looking real fine there.
Hey, back off. She's mine. I saw her first.
Hey, I called her a salami. Those
I
are
thought
words that
maybe
you just can't take back.
I call that a glass of water.
The pickled pig pub, that sounds nice. I'll just go there. Thank you for nothing.
Pigs? You think you're looking for pigs? You're looking for cow and pigs, and that's salami.
That's the salami you chased off in the last 10 days.
Come on, let's go eat some meat. Fine. I want a hunk of salami.
You gotta do what you do, what you do, what you do. I do what you do, what you do, what you do. I gotta do what you do, what you do, what you do. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So, hush, pretty darling, don't you do what you do, what you do, what you do. You gotta do what you do, what you do, what you do. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're going to spread your wings and take to the sky. But come that morning, child, there's nothing gonna harm you with your daddy and mammy standing. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. You gotta do what you do, what you do, what you do. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. Oh, it's good to see you all here.
Oh, sorry, I thought your show was really nice.
Nice. Well, nice is better than nothing at all. Ah, but back in the day, back in the day. Yeah, we were something else, weren't we, girls? We were canaries. We were canaries with legs to write home about. Oh, yeah. Old Lola and the girls, they used to pull them in right out of their seats. We'd have them dancing in the streets. Yeah, but nowadays, when you're singing two big songs in a junk gin mill nice, well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, girls, hey, girls, just go take your break. You know, though, honey, with this old face of mine, it's really no wonder that those seats are empty over there.
That's not true. I think you look very nice.
Nice? There's that nice again.
Here, hold on.
Oh,
Just a second.
darling.
No, look.
You're so young.
I can prove it.
You're so innocent. Oh, whoa. Well, now, would you look at that? Oh, it's Lola. Almost like I remember her. Now, kid, this is a trick mirror.
No, that's just your face.
That's me? Why, it is, isn't it? Huh.
Now, would it be alright? Well, can I ask you something?
Well, okay, yeah, girlie, just take a seat.
Oh, hold on. Here you go.
Oh, no. For the love of Luther, kid, I just mean sit down.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
Kid, aren't you?
Funny?
Yeah, bonkers. Touched in the head. You a little special?
Well, that's just it. I think I am. Well, I mean, not bonkers, but a little bit special. You see, I'm looking for a special tree, or a special flower, or whatever it is. I know it's got to be special.
Whoa, that's a lot of special.
I suppose it is.
Well, you know what? It kind of sounds like a foreigner thing to me.
I'm sorry, what is it? Foreigner?
You are a dizzy dame. Foreigner! Honey, you know, it means like somebody from out of Dodge. A body, you know, who just don't belong.
Oh, well, I guess that kind of sounds like me.
Huh. Well, that kind of thing you can find in space on the far side of the mountain, right, girl? But, darling, you can't find it here. No.
The mountain? You mean the one with the mile-long shadow? You mean the mountain that scrapes the sky?
Honey, it is the only mountain around. Just, kid, point your boots west and keep on walking.
Well, that sounds like something I could do.
Oh, you're not, kid.
People seem to say that a lot.
Well, odd or not, girls, we're off break. There's no rest for the wicked. Hey, kid, good luck out there. Things get dark.
Ooh, and big mountains out there, you watch out. They are dark.
Cold
It's scary.
and wild out there.
Oh, no, that's all right. I brought an umbrella. Bye.
The way to the mountain was rough. The sun glared down upon her. The wind pushed her from side to side. Her shoes got ragged. Her umbrella was torn. But with grit, spit, and determination, she pulled the summit into view. And that's when she fell down the mine shaft.
Just listen, you fellers, so young and so fine. Seek not your fortune in the dark fury behind. It'll form as a habit, and seep in your soul till the stream of your blood runs as black as the coal. And it's dark as a dungeon, and as a dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the sun never falls in
Good. Break.
Break that act.
We are married.
He always says minery.
Yeah.
Mining.
We are married.
He's mining, Granite. Dios mío. Your school is thicker than the mountain we mine.
Big skull, good for mining. Keep friends safe.
Well, that could be true if you had any brains in there to keep.
Why you yelling, Busto? Things you say are not so nice.
Why do I fuss? To say es estúpido. I am tired. For every twin you take, I must do 5. You are a big and lazy lunk of lard.
Not my fault I am big. No fault I am strong. I think I like lifting everything heavy. I do not. No fault that you are little shrimp with little shrimp arms and little shrimp legs.
You hear this? He is calling me a shrimp. Tu madre es un cierto disléxico. You and
I appear to have fallen. Could you help me?
you won't keep your hands on your precious jewels.
Excuse
You
me?
are an evil monster of the depths.
No, I'm not. I just, ow! Ow! Stop it! Stop it! I don't want you guys! I don't want you guys, please! I just want to find my way out of here. Look, I was trying to make it to the top of the mountain, and I seem to have found my way into a hole, and I would very much like to find my way back out again. Thank you.
Is that all?
Yes!
Oh, well, then why didn't you say so?
Oh, then you'll help me?
No.
Go
Go away.
Fine, I will.
Get out of
Very
here.
nice of bossing me around. I haven't had a single nice person
Devil
in my
pick outs anyways.
Rush.
Good. Break.
Break that rock.
We are married.
Uh-oh. Listen.
I'm stuck!
Don't worry.
No more can I
Do not fear. Do not fear me, hermano. I will get you out. Just 1 second. Here. First I will pick it. Hold still. No, I gotta lift it.
Come on, little human! Lift! Come on!
Dios mío. Oh, I need a little help. Oi!
Hey!
She demon! Give us a hand, eh? What? Oh, my friend. His ankle's a bit squashed. Can you unsquish it?
I thought you said I'd be in your way.
Well, my friend, he's a bit squashed.
Help me, big demon!
You better unsquash him.
Pushing me, I cannot breathe!
Oh, all right. Stop your fussing. Don't be so dramatic about it all. It's just a tiny little rock.
Stop this rock big to me!
All right, well, I have just a thing. You hush.
What's that?
It's what's gonna get you
Out
out of here.
I'd like to say 1%. Thank you. Not for you. Can I give?
And so the not quite child told him of her seed, her lost parents, and the journey that had led her here. The large miner was moved. He gave her the candle from his helmet and the path back to the light.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now get back here.
Come here.
We're going back on the
The tunnel spit her out upon the tippy top of Bald Mountain itself. The pale sun glared down upon her. But its angry eye could only inspire her feet to dance. She spun, she whirled. not-quite child was higher in the air than she'd ever been. The world below her was faint and blue, dotted with tiny rivers and towns, boats, trees. Just then, she heard something.
Hello? Is someone crying?
Lost, lost, lost.
Oh, I'm sorry, what is lost?
My world, my wings, the sky.
Are you all right?
No, I am not all right, nor will I ever be. I made my home among the clouds. I knew the stars and the wind better than I knew my own pin feathers. But now they are as distant to me as they are to you, crawl among the grubs. The sky is a stranger. Oh, pitiful creature that is me.
What happened?
None of your business.
Oh, okay.
Very well. If you insist, ready your ears, small ugly one, for the most tragic tale of woe and desolation. Once, my wings could blot out the sun. I was so magnificent, I sought to claim the whole sky as my own. I flew too far, too high, and that selfish sun sent a bolt out to strike me down. Oh, the calamity! I fell broken to this mountaintop and have languished here ever since. Am a crisp and blackened husk now, fit only for an oven. Here, take beast, light your fire. Cast me upon it. You shall dine on bird breast tonight.
You're just being over dramatic. Look, I can see you're upset.
Oh!
No, but now you're just being silly. Surely there's something we can do.
Of course there is, but it requires my wings. All is lost, all is lost.
No, enough with the self-pity. Just sit down and explain yourself.
Long ago, when I had my back when I was whole, I would fly once a year to the Valley of Snow, where the world was always frozen. There grew 2 trees that blossomed even in the coldest of flurries. Only I had wings wide enough to get there, so only I could eat of their marvelous seeds. These seeds gave life to wishes. Once I tried to carry one away with me to grow a wishing tree of my own. But on my journey home, a terrible pink beast hit me with a rock and I dropped my precious seed. Oh, if only I could fly there again, I could wish myself winged once more.
Wait, you were struck by a stone thrown by a woman? No, Bird! You don't understand. That woman was my mother. I am the fruit of the seed you dropped.
Nonsense!
No, it isn't nonsense. It isn't nonsense at all. You're the one I've been looking for. I didn't know it, but you are.
No one looks for me. I am hideous. Woe is me.
I know. Just listen. I've lost my mother and father. I'm all alone in the world, and well, that would be all right, except that I don't know who I am. And I was taught never to talk to strangers. But if I myself am a stranger, what am I to do? If I could find this wishing tree that my seed came from, maybe then I would know who I am.
Well, settle into a life of wandering, pink beast. The only one who could help you is nothing but a heap of burnt bird flesh and sorrow.
Wait. When I was smaller than I am now, I had a mother, and she taught me how to sew canvas and to cut wood and how to fix them together. And I had a father, and he taught me how to send them sailing onto the air. Kites, they called them. And we flew together, 3 creatures that should never have had the chance to leave the ground. Oh, burnt bird, if you promise to fly me to these wishing trees, I can give the air back to you.
And so the not-quite-child set to work crafting new wings for the burnt bird. She tore fabric from her dress and everything that remained within her suitcase. She cut only the finest branches from the forest below and worked until her hands were raw, but at last she stood proud and presented the bird with her new wings.
Here you go. Here. What do you think?
Unimpressive, inelegant, flimsy.
Well, that's not important. Do you think they'll work? Go on. Try them out. All right, ready? Steady, set, and go. Lift. Oh no, look out. Oh my goodness, are you all right?
Oh yes, that was deliberate. I always do that. No, you idiot. I'm in terrible pain. Help me up.
Up. All right, let's try that again. This time with more gusto. Come on. All right, ready? Set. Fly. Yeah, you did it! We did it! You flew!
Stop screaming! Get ready to jump! I'm coming around again and I won't be able to slow down!
They flew many weary miles over mountains and oceans. With oceans and mountains and people who spoke languages the not quite child had never heard of. They flew until the world itself grew weary beneath them, and everything began to slumber beneath the blanket of ever-falling snow. Black and white the world rolled by until at last the birds swooped to earth.
Well, here we are.
There are no trees here. There's nothing here but snow.
Well, this is the place. I can't help it. It's not my fault if the landscape changes. Well, I'll be off.
Wait! No! You can't leave me here.
Of course I can. You've given me new wings. Why wouldn't I use them? You're welcome to come with me, but without the wishing trees, I won't stay.
No. This is what I came for. I have to stay.
Very well. Goodbye then, ugly little one. I hope it's worth it.
So do I.
Well, alone she stood in the grim and gathering gloom.
Oh, wishing trees, sacred grove, where are you? What am I to do if you are no more? Sacred grove? Wishing trees? Are you there? Oh.
So there she was,
Oh,
the
no.
trees, the keys to the mystery that was herself, lying broken in the snow, gone, lost, just like her parents before. And so the not quite child sank beneath her worries, sank beneath the snow, her limbs growing stiff and cold. And just then, when all hope was lost, there came a giggle.
Hello? Hello? Is there someone?
You'll wake yourself.
Am I asleep? Are you?
Oh, I am the chill in the woods at night. Just that and nothing more.
Did you know the wishing trees that once dwelled here?
Follow me and you will see. Strange little one lost in Wonderland, listen, and you will wake with a story in your heart. In the beginning, 2 seeds fell from the sky. One landed here and the other one landed over there. And from those seeds grew the first trees. As saplings, the twin trees dreamed of traveling the newborn world. Butterflies
spoke of the warm and sunny lands to the south. And squirrels. Oh, those squirrels chattered endlessly of the hazelnuts that lived across the river to the east. And the deer twittered to the young saplings of wide open fields in which they frolicked just west of the forest edge. And the foxes told stories of large and furry creatures with their sharp teeth and their big claws who roamed the Northland and called themselves bears. The young trees were blessed with the joy of springtime's nesting songbirds. They grappled with the sorrow of winter's frozen solitude. They felt the gift of fear in the midst of wild windstorms and came to know the valor of their own resilience. They did not know where they had come from. They only knew where they were going. The years passed. The flurry of life went away and snow began to fall. The oak trees weathered out this change as they had all changes before, providing shelter and solace to all travelers. The mysteries they learned throughout their long lives seeped into their seeds and began to grant wishes to those who asked. Those strong enough and brave enough came to the land of snow to have their wishes granted. Some came to ask counsel of the aged trees, and this is what it said. It matters not where your feet are born as long as they cherish the path they are walking. One day the snow kept falling and the old trees also fell, and they left behind a spirit with a message. And this spirit says to you that there are no endings, only beginnings. Keep walking.
Wait,
Keep walking.
wait, I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? Come back!
Keep walking. Keep walking.
The not-quite child woke with a faint and familiar warmth within her chest. Story in her head, she was a creature born of a seed, a wing, a wind, and a wish. But the path that lay before her was hers alone to choose. She had learned that parents are sometimes like pennies that fall through the holes in our pockets and caught in the linings of our coats. Hidden, unreachable, but not quite lost. And so with this knowledge in her head, a tremor in her heart, a suitcase in her hand, and an umbrella on her shoulder, the not-quite child pointed her shoes homeward. It would be a long journey, longer than she could even imagine, but she truly looked forward to the sights she would see along the way. Thank you.